Guys, quick, subscribe to the channel in the next 10 seconds or nothing is actually going to happen. Honestly, like, only 20% of you guys who watch my content are subscribed, so if you really want to support me as a creator, just please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video. That's actually all I ask for you to do. It's completely free. You can always unsubscribe in the future if you don't enjoy my content anymore. Just please give me a chance. Yo guys, what is going on? It's your boy Fxtch here, back with a brand new YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a literal creative map which can help improve your game sense tremendously. Trust me, this video is going to be a good one and you wouldn't want to miss out on anything I mentioned, so ensure you do watch the whole video in its entirety. You know, if you go ahead to enjoy it, the least you can do for me is drop a like. Helps out the channel way more than you guys think. Literally takes 2 seconds. It's all I ask you to do if you enjoy my content. And then if you also want to help it any further, you know, you can also go the extra mile and subscribe to the channel with post notifications turned on. Therefore, you never miss an upload just like this. I do not pressure you guys to subscribe. Only subscribe if you will actually watch my content. You know, I'm daily uploading right now. We are going hard on YouTube and I have no intent to stop anytime soon. So, you know, if you guys want the best Fortnite content, I cover anything and everything Fortnite related on my channel. You know, tips and tricks, how-to videos, anything you could think of is gonna be here. So yeah, you might not want to miss out on that. Oh, and also for you guys that are loyal to my channel, I never really mention it, but I do actually have a Twitter account. Believe it or not, I know I have 12.9k followers, but trust me, no one knows about it. I get no likes. So if you really do want to support me, do watch my content. I post so much stuff over on Twitter. I will link it at the top of the description. Make sure to follow that real quick. So hopping straight into this, the first thing I'm going to speak about is actually what game sense is, and I'm going to define that for you guys. So if I was to go into Google here and get the textbook definition for game sense within Fortnite, it will tell me that game sense is your ability to take in and process all the information you have to make the best decision. You can think of your game sense as your game IQ. Having good game sense enables you to beat players that are more mechanically skilled than you because you can outsmart and outplay them. And now honestly, I couldn't have said that any better. That has to be the best and most well-rounded answer for exactly what game sense is. Now what's great about game sense is no matter who you come across, kinda as it said, like you could come across the most mechanical, skilled, fastest player in the game, although that is going to help them. If you, for example, are the fastest, most skilled and mechanical player in the game, like you're already good at editing, building, stuff like that, no matter how good you are at that part of the game, if you have no game sense, no common sense or brain power in Fortnite whatsoever, it's just not gonna work for you. Now if you're really good at editing and if you come across maybe a player who isn't as good at editing, but they are smarter than you, they know the best peaks to make, the best angles to get, they know the best times to shoot and do certain things and just counter your playstyle, they are probably gonna beat you in the fight. It's just how it is. I think a great example of this would be maybe Tfue. Now not to hate on him or anything, but Tfue is very smart and he doesn't have the best mechanics in the game, and he isn't bad mechanically. I'm not saying he is terrible at building, I'm not saying he's a bot in that sense. Like, he still is a very good mechanical player and builder, but overall he isn't the best. Like, he is at a pro level to the point where he was, I know he doesn't really play Fortnite anymore, but he's competing against people like Fxtch. I know Mongrel is not any East, but Mongrel in some cases he may be coming across. Even Bugha, who is in fact any East, and Bugha has insane mechanics. It's one of those things that he's known for. And again, going back to Fxtch has probably some of the best mechanics in the whole of the pro scene, right? But that never actually affected Tfue's performance, you know? He was a very good IGL. He had so much brain power and knew so much about the game. He could guide an endgame for a team or even just guide himself through an endgame, and despite not having the best mechanics, tunneling skills and things like that, he could get through to endgame, place, get a good placement and even pick up a ton of kills and win a game. This would guarantee him to place high on the leaderboards against all these other pros who have better mechanics than him, and in turn he would actually make money this way. And Tfue isn't the only example of this. I could also maybe use someone like FaZe Bizzle, who is currently a part of Fxtch's trio, or you know, sometimes they also do duo events, but mainly his trio with Illest. I think it's him, Bugha and Illest, if I am correct. I know they do change like the form of their trio quite a lot, but Bizzle is another one. I know again he doesn't have really bad mechanics, I'm not ruling that out, and I think to be honest he probably does have better mechanics than Tfue, for example, but they're definitely not on par with people like Fxtch's or anyone like that. And Bizzle has a brain, he's an IGL for Fxtch's trio and they do insane, and even Fxtch has said multiple times Bizzle is beyond smart. Like, he's so smart, and without him they wouldn't make endgame and they wouldn't win the games or place as they do. It just does really go to show how powerful game sense is. And also, just so you guys guys know, if you have good mechanics, it doesn't mean you also can't have good game sense. I know I use a lot of players in example that may not have good mechanics and game sense kind of saves them in a way. But if you have both good core mechanics and also amazing game sense, that is literally the best of both worlds. And now using Bugha again as an example, he is both and he is insane. He literally won the World Cup. He is so smart and has god tier mechanics. We all know that by now. And now what you've all been waiting for, the actual map I'm going to be showcasing within this video. It is a map made by a guy called MachineRite. Now this guy used to be super active on his YouTube game. He kind of uploads like once a month at this point, but basically he did make a video about this himself and he has made a few of these maps. The one I will be showing in this video, don't worry, it'll be the most updated one he has made. And yeah, he made a video about this himself. I think it's sitting at currently 5k views. So I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you're actually already watching this video at this point, you probably don't even know about it. So all I'm doing in this video is kind of just pushing it out to a wider audience, showing you guys, making sure none of you are in the dark with this and you can actually use this for your own benefit. Like, I don't know why a lot of pros haven't already hopped onto this. I feel like it will slowly become a meta and more people will be using this, but trust me, it's super good and I'm going to show you it right now. So as you can see, I'm now over on Fortnite. I have the map actually loaded in. I'll put the map code on the screen. I'll also put it in the description. You guys can just copy that and load up the map. Fairly simple, you know, you just go to creative, go to a matchmaking portal, load it in, and yeah, once you're in here, you want to just press start game. And when you come in here, what you will have is a pistol. And now the reason you have this pistol is to kind of use this screen. Now, of course, these buttons don't really do anything unless they are labeled with titles here, but this is going to be the main deal. This big green screen in front of you. Now, the first thing you need to do is actually choose what weapons you want. Now, I suggest practicing with the most common weapons that you'll be getting within a game, and that's probably a blue AR and also a purple pump. So yeah, I'll choose those. All you have to do to get them is, as you just seen, you let's say I want the attack SMG, I shoot it with my pistol and I'll get that into my inventory. So I'm just going to drop that here. But it's fairly simple to access all of these. You do have to just shoot the names or the titles on the screen. I do recommend you use your pistol for this because it's fairly easier. But once you've chose your loadout, what you want to do is go to where it says fill inventory, shoot that, and what it will do here, it will actually fill your entire inventory with like heals and basic stuff you'll probably also have in game. It gives a more realistic experience and it also allows you to practice with a full inventory, which will allow you to access all your binds and the basic mechanics in the game when like going through this map. But once you fill your inventory, the next thing you need to do is just press this target glitch fix. It's gonna bug out for a second, but basically there is a glitch on this map and that just fixes the glitch. Kind of simple. And now setting up the map, it's done. You just have to press a few buttons. You can do that yourself. It's kind of self-explanatory, but now what you want to do is just press start playlist. So you need to shoot that here. But first of all, I'm just gonna explain what the playlist is. So what this map consists of are 12 drills. Now there are 4 drills per category. So there's a low ground category, an even ground category, and a high ground category. Now this allows you to revise and practice every single angle of game sense in the game. So you don't have to worry. This will ensure you cover everything and there are no blank spots or missing gaps in your knowledge. But now you understand that, I'm gonna just shoot this and start the playlist here. Now what we are in here is drill 1 and this is low ground peak. So it's hard to actually see, but what you have is a target and what you want to basically practice is staying below, try not to build and just stay below this little box here, right? And then you want to try and jump up and shoot at this little target here. Of course, I'm not exactly trying, but I hit it there. You know, I got the god aim. I missed my shot, but you get the bro, my aim is terrible. But this is a fairly realistic situation. Let's say you run out of mats, for example, in game, and this is someone's box. They may be sitting on top of their floor or pyramid, or they are just generally elevated on like a slight mountain or building, and you're like kind of at this distance, and you kind of have to jump up and pre-fire and aim the perfect shot on your opponent. Now this is going to give you that exact experience, and you can revise and practice that. Now honestly, my aim is terrible, but you get the gist. I just dinked it in the head there. And now also another way you can use drill 1, so jump and low ground peaks. What you could also do is box kind of like this. So underneath this box, just place a pyramid and a floor, and you can kind of fully box in. And now you can also practice on people that are kind of just outside your box. So let's say you're in a game, and theoretically speaking, someone is kind of like this in this position, and they may be trying to take your cone, replace your floor, and you're in here. Maybe you have full control over the cone and floor, and what you have to do is edit on them inside the box and shoot them because they are standing out here trying to shoot you. Maybe trying to place a cone in your box, a ramp, anything like that. And for example, it's kind of the same principle. So you've got your target up here. Let's say the target is your enemy trying to wait for a shot or wait for you to edit, or exactly, you know, take your cone and replace it and build. And what you are doing down here is trying to get a good shot on them. Now usually the best way to do this would be to edit like this, run up like kind of close to the wall, so you're like bouncing into the wall almost, like literally jump into the wall, and this will give them the hardest possibility to shoot you because you're kind of like jumping into the wall. If you are jumping like this close to the wall, they don't have an angle to actually see you, because no matter where they are, even if they're standing like this, their general angle angle unless they are literally over peaking like this, which then gives you a clear shot, which probably isn't going to be the case. They're probably not that stupid. They're going to be backed up like so, and they cannot see you. That's like the perfect peak, and the only way they are seeing you or hitting a shot is to pre-fire your head kind of in this corner. So what you can do is kind of practice with that and you know, jump at the wall, try and hit this target here. I know it isn't exactly easy, and you know this target is fairly small, but it should work. I'm generally bad. I'm missing all my shots. And once you've practiced that, that is not actually it for drill 1. You actually have different positions. So what we just did there was position 1, where you can again practice this edit here, and you know, even having a cone in your box, I should have mentioned that. That is a great thing to do. But you know, enemies up here, you're trying to shoot them, you can practice that. But that isn't actually it for low ground peaks. Now there could be many more situations, positions, things like that. So you actually do have position 2. If you shoot that there, it will take you into position 2. And now this is another thing you can practice with and work with. So you can try and aim practice and do whatever you want with this. Practice different ways you can maybe fight the enemy that is on this this situation or in this angle. What MachineRite actually recommends you do is you place a floor and a cone like so. You edit the closest right hand tile on your floor, and then you edit this kind of like a stair going to the right. And then what you do here, you kind of have this natural protection or like lip edge kind of thing that comes up off this floor. It's like kind of like a fence almost, that, or like a half wall that kind of protects you as you jump. And you can jump here and try and shoot the target. Fairly simple stuff, and this is a great edit to practice. Now of course you will want to practice this on both sides, so also when it comes up here you can try and shoot that here, and yeah, that's a great edit to practice. Moving on to position 3, I'm going to shoot that here. Now in this position you're doing kind of a similar thing. Now I mean, that's what you're at least recommended to do, so you kind of do the same edit, but this time you're actually peeking from a longer distance. Now this is very well a situation that could come up in game, and I see very little pro players or people taking advantage of this strat. It doesn't always have to be used up close, maybe when they're above you, above your box. You know, maybe you're sitting in a box doing this angle. It can actually take place long range, and you could be jumping like this and hitting an opponent that is further away, and you can actually deal some decent damage. Now of course I'm only hitting like 12 damage per shot, but usually your enemy may be a little bit closer. And yeah, this is always a good one to practice because you never know when it can come up in game. But once you are to complete all of these positions or sub drills within drill 1, what you can do is now go to drill 5. So literally just shoot this here and it should take you there. You will have to wait a second. But now this is where you're meant to practice your window edits or wall edits. So just say this is someone in a box, you probably own these back walls here, or maybe they own them. You're trying to replace that wall, you know, you grab the wall here and need to make a calculated edit. This is where you can practice exactly that. And also just a quick mention, if you want to go back to the previous drill, you literally just shoot here, and if you want to go to the next drill, so you complete drill 5, which are these window edits here or window peaks, I do suggest you place a cone like so. Also build above you like this, because what happens is when you're doing a peanut butter, this is called a peanut butter here, at least that's what Fxtch calls it. When you're doing this, you kind of want to be jumping and bouncing your head on this floor or just anything that's above you, because when you're doing that and also sitting on a pyramid, what happens is as this pyramid has slight elevation here and you're also bouncing your head or hitting your head here, the cone will make you hit your head faster, and what that actually does is it makes you fall down a lot faster to the floor. So when doing things like a peanut butter here, where you kind of go like almost center to the edit, like just off the point where your head would be showing, and you jump up kind of to the far corner, like the far left hand corner where it slopes up, you know, you jump up and try and hit your opponent like so. What that does is you'll bounce your head and it will give your opponent less to work with. So when they're in this position, they're kind of completely shambles unless they maybe drop out their back wall if they own this, or they try and drop out. You know, maybe you don't place a pyramid in their box and they kind of go like this and they do get away. So yeah, I will suggest you do also pyramid their box, or at least stare that to control the fight and make sure they can't do that or get away. But as I was saying, it will leave them in a position which is kind of hard to fight. What they'll have to do is kind of catch your head here. It's very unpredictable, and also for the most part they have to hit a super good pre-fire to do so. So yeah, it's going to be hard for them to fight this. So yeah, I do highly recommend you are doing this, and this is one that you should really practice. And you know, this isn't the only one to practice. You know, you got window edits, another one which you want to really get unlocked. So you kind of want to flick away from the window edit. So when you go like this, you are kind of on the right hand peak, you have the first shot. As long as you are flicking, you do. So what you want to do is flick and reset. So it's best thing to do crouch, flick, reset like that. And for the most part, you will hit the first shot and also reset on time so they cannot shoot you. I know I've used clicks a lot in this video, but he is a player great for window edits. He is super good at them and he does them super effectively. Now that is a great one to practice. You can also do things like this edit here, an edit that I'm actually about to show you guys now that I see no one doing. It's really effective. Now what you do is you edit a door to the far left or the far right, dependent where you want to aim up your shot. I would recommend doing it to the far left so you actually have a right hand peak this way. Edit a door like so, and as your opponent either goes to the door or tries to make a play from that, they'll be a little bit confused. What you can do is edit a window over here and just do your natural window peak. It'll really confuse them. They may go to the door. As they open it, bang and shoot them. It's actually really effective. It's unbelievable how good this works. and you can practice this greatly here. Now, also a good thing about this is if they have auto open doors, so I do myself. If I edit a door here, my game should automatically open this. So if I just press confirm, okay, it didn't really activate, but if I go close enough, there we go, it opened, right? So if someone is standing right near a door, you could edit here, it'll cancel their gun or shoot animation, they'll naturally open the door, and then you can make a window edit and go for a nice aimed up right hand peek here. Also, another variation, a quick bonus I'm going to show you for this is you can also do the same thing, and instead of making a window edit here, you could instead edit the top piece like this, another one that will distract them. And also if they are more centered to the wall here, what you can do is edit a door if they're pushing against the wall, maybe they're trying to like jump through into you. You can do the basic edit a door, that auto open doors will probably open it, you know, a lot of people are using this right now. Then you can edit the top piece and the door will close, and that will kind of throw them off guard, and you can kind of go for a nice shot this way. So just edit the top piece, bang, and shoot them. And now moving on to the next drill. Now I think the way you do this is you can obviously start outside the box, but what you're meant to do is actually I should have done it here, box yourself like this, and you're practicing a box to box scenario, so where you're kind of diagonal to the box. Now what a lot of people are doing in this day and age of Fortnite with crash pads is they'll kind of come to the edge here and they'll throw their crash pad, and that'll actually bounce them directly through that wall here, and you'll be then in their box. So let's say I'm the opponent, they crash pad, bang, they're going to be jumping in. I can either aim up a shot or I'm probably dead because it's quite effective. Now what I think the main point of this is to practice just general box to box angles, so where you are kind of in this situation here and you are kind of both going for peaks. Now it's going to be very situational on what box you're in. For the most part, if they're in this box here, the edit they're going to go for on a right and peak or peanut butter will be like this. Now if anything, you're both equally matched and you're both going to be just jumping and kind of trading shots. In my opinion, this angle here, if you are in this situation, you do have a little bit of a disadvantage just because your opponent will be able to jump over in this situation a lot nicely with how the wall is edited and placed. Like it just kind of flows a little bit better. Whereas if you're on this side, you're kind of always exposed and you're jumping up to this far corner, which only exposes you more with like how it's angled. So for the most part, if you're doing this, try and put yourself in this situation here where your peanut butter edit is actually going up to the far left, and then that gives you the best opportunity or upper hand here. And now swiftly moving on through the drills. Now this drill is going to be a shooting drill. So what will happen is this is going to put you in a situation similar to in-game where maybe you are, let's say, boxed up like this. Someone is outside your box or they are also boxed up and you're like box to box doing a box fight. Maybe you own this wall and all they're doing is just with the AR, there may be a controller player and they're just spraying like this trying to shoot you, or they're trying to just shoot at you, right? They do not want to have a proper box fight. They just want to spray through your wall and kill you. Now what you're meant to do in this situation is just wait for a shot. It's kind of simple. A lot of people panic. They maybe try and make an edit, and in that case when you're making an edit, it makes the wall fairly low health and then they can run through and kill you, or at least get a few shots. Now what you want to do is simply, as they're spraying through, do not panic. Just sit back, aim up your crosshair to around head placement and just wait as they're shooting through for a shot. The second you take a shot, replace the wall, and then you can control the fight from there. You'll probably hit them fairly hard damage, especially if you do hit the headshot. You then can control the fight, maybe place a cone in the box and then do your traditional peanut butter and finish off the fight. Of course, piece control will probably have to come into play, but that just comes along the way. But yeah, this is where you can practice that. You will want to place a wall when they shoot through. Just wait for a shot. He is reloading here. Now, bang, there you go, 120. Wait for it again, don't panic, and boom. It's fairly easy now. Obviously, they're just going to keep spawning. So, there we go, 140. Don't panic and edit. Wait for it. Bang. Replace the wall. A fairly simple one, but that is a very good one to practice solely because it happens in games so much. And people usually just panic. You know, they try and make a stupid edit like this, which will get them to shoot through. So you just want to wait. Simply like this. Wait for it, right? Wait for it. Maybe make a few teaser edits and bang. Kill your opponent. And now moving on to the next drill here. Now this is long. It's kind of the same thing, but a long range version. So what you want to do is you do have to actually start the drill here. Now what will happen is there will be an enemy or a bot at a long distance, which is going to shoot you like this. I'm actually just foul here, but as I was saying, it will shoot you from a distance. You kind of want to wait and just try and get a few shots and just time your shooting here. And when you're actually taking shots, therefore you do not take any damage. Now you will have heals, so you can take them if needed. It creates a little bit more realism here, but you know, wait till they shoot through your wall. Go for a few shots, build, wait till they shoot again, wait till they break the wall, go for a few more shots, and just try not to get hit. Time your shots, and this will also warm up your accuracy as well. You know, this is a great one. You don't always have to edit. You can just simply wait, and you will have the pre-fire. Like, you can get a few bullets in before they break it. They'll also be wasting that mag here, so they will have to reload. So you can take the trade and take the aim fight, and, you know, try and kill them. And with that all being said, that is all I have in today's video. Now, I don't want to bore you and go through each drill individually. There's like 6 more drills. They are kind of self-explanatory, and if you do happen to get confused, confused, you can always watch MachineRite's video. He does go really in depth and has like a 20-minute video talking about this map. I'll link him down below so you can find it on his channel and watch it. Like, as I said, he is really descriptive with the way he speaks, and he knows the map off by heart. You know, he literally created the map, so he will basically tell you the best ways you can navigate through this and use it. So yeah, I do suggest you watch his videos. For the most part, it should be fairly, again, self-explanatory. Like, you know, it's kind of easy to make your way through and understand what's going on and just simply practice. It's a great map. It will take some time. You know, you're going to have to revise it every single day. It's not one of them where you can play it one time and then get amazing game sense. Like, you're going to have to use this map maybe on a daily basis, spend maybe 2 to 3 minutes on each drill and go through the full set of 12 drills a day. And trust me, if you put this into maybe a schedule, you will improve a ton. Now, if you guys happen to enjoy the video, you got to this point, surely I'm doing my job right. Least you can do, slap the like button for me. Remember, now you can decide whether you want to subscribe as well. You know, make sure if you are going to do so, you do so with notifications, all notifications turned on. Therefore, you never miss an upload just like this. You know, it would really help me out. We're on the road right now to 60,000 subscribers, and we can hopefully hit that very, very soon. Remember code Fxtch in the Fortnite item shop. I'll do all creator code shoutouts in my next video. I hope everyone has an amazing day. It's been your boy Fxtch, and yeah, peace.